Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Welcome to the YokeTalk with my good friend. My name is Boz GS, by the way, and my good friend, Unworthy Seraph. Unworthy Seraph, how you doing this week, man?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I am doing well. We survived SquadCon. Been a couple weeks since we've done the good old YokeTalk. We were not planning on having to cancel last week. Maybe we should have foreseen that, but we needed to set up for SquadCon the day prior, and that unfortunately meant we needed to cancel the YokeTalk. But we're back, and
You're back.
we're kicking. We're yoking.
I'm still recovering.
Still recovering.
Do you see my eyes? I don't know why this one. This one? This one. Looks super red.
Feels bad. Boz is dying.
I'm still in recovery mode, guys.
Send help.
Bad choice when you're in recovery mode. Don't stream until 12:30 at night.
Oh my gosh.
Not a good direct path to recovery from SquadCon. So but it was fun. I had a good time. SquadCon was great. I think we built a lot of good relationships. I think that the services went well. I enjoyed the community games, golf with friends, Fall Guys. It was a lot of fun. I had a good time.
It was good.
What was your favorite part about SquadCon?
My favorite part. I always like the services. You know?
I like the services.
I love me some worship and a good message. It's always good. Everybody killed it this year.
Nice. Sweet. But we are happy that all of you are here, and I'm excited to be able to be back on the YokeTalk. So without further ado, guys, we're going to preview some of the topics that we got going on today. Guys, we had a Nintendo Direct, and we're going to give you our honest thoughts. We're gonna give you our honest thoughts. Also, BlizzCon.
BlizzConline.
It started Friday, or was it Thursday?
I believe Friday.
It was Friday. It started Friday at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I think it was. But we're going to talk through some of the topics that they had for BlizzCon, and then we're going to be talking about guys, Apple again. It has nothing to do with Epic.
Well, it kind of does.
Well, it kind of does, but it's not like. Yeah, so we're going to talk about Apple a little bit and kind of what's going on there, something to do with Steam. But then we got some rapid topics for you, which Seraph is going to run us through right now.
Yeah, so these are either fun or not as in-depth topics that we'll just run through pretty quickly. There's a new zombie mode coming as a free update to Cold War, which looks pretty cool. Rare's unreleased N64 game Dinosaur Planet has leaked. I'm particularly excited to talk about that for reasons that I'll explain. But and then finally, a streamer completed a sweet, juicy Hades run using a literal pomegranate as a controller.
You know what's funny? In the game I'm playing right now, Immortals Phoenix Rising, all day yesterday, anytime there was a pomegranate, I immediately ran to that tree and started hitting the tree until all the pomegranates fell and picked them all up. They're used for health. And I need all the pomegranates I can get in a hard mode.
Well, this guy's got you covered.
Pomegranates, this guy.
He's got you covered.
Easy health.
We've also got the good old life topic continuing in our relationship discussion for February. We might do one more week next week of it since we skipped last week. We'll see if we have more to talk about. We'll see if we want to move on to something else. We need to think of what we want to talk about next too.
March. March. What is March all about? I mean,
March is kind of a weird spot.
March has it has St. Patrick's Day. We could talk about St. Patrick.
Oh, okay.
The real St. Patrick, and what he was all about, and how did that holiday get all messed up and changed around?
If you guys have any ideas of life topics that we could cover in March, please let us know. Could be anything.
March has
sort of
Pi Day. Lex Bragg says so.
We could talk about math. Could be the month of math.
Can we not?
That would be awful.
What we'll do, guys, for the entire month of March, if you guys are still in school, we will help you solve your math problems for homework.
Yeah, you guys can send in your questions and we'll solve your math problems live on the podcast.
Please don't. You might get an F. I was really good at math when I learned it. like cosines, tangents. 3 months later, though,
Geometry was a little iffy for me. I was like great at math up until like algebra 2. Then I was like,
I was my whole thing with math. I was great at math until literally like finals came around, and the reason why is because while I'm learning it, I get it. Like a light bulb clicks, and then 3 months later, if we haven't done 2 + 2 in 3 months, I don't remember how to do, obviously that's basic math. But what I'm trying to say is like once the finals came around and we haven't done that for 3 months.
Yeah, usually they'd give you the like a formula sheet or something, so you at least don't have to like memorize the formulas. But
I had, because okay, let me put it this way. I think it was an A in my math. Like I think it was calculus that I took my senior year. I think it was calculus or something like that. But anyways, I had like an A in that because I was doing really well. I failed the final like flying colors because
failed
what I
with
was
flying
telling you about.
colors.
But here's the thing.
It's more like crashing colors.
I knew how to do the things that we just learned. And then 2 months later, I went to my college pre-test that you have to take to placement test. I got in a math 95. It wasn't even 101. It was math 95. I had 110 in the class when I got to the final. Got a 65 on the final. This is what I'm talking about. I just can't remember stuff. It just doesn't work. And the first day I walked in, she said, "We're going to be adding and subtracting negative numbers today." I literally looked at her and I said, "Why am I here?" Like, I've been doing this since 8th grade. College. Come on now.
Alrighty, guys. Well, let's go ahead and get this yoke talk started. Man, never thought we'd be talking about math on yoke talk, huh?
Things happen.
Things happen. I didn't expect to be talking about a Nintendo Direct either.
I mean, I kind of did. I did. Not this week necessarily, but guys, this was the first full live Nintendo Direct that we've had since
in over a year.
2019. We didn't have a full Nintendo. You got Direct minis, which I'm not gonna lie, don't do it for me. They don't need them, my opinion. But it was a big Nintendo Direct. But unfortunately, I feel like for the first Nintendo Direct
in over a year,
it did not deliver much.
It was a little disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little disappointing.
It was very underwhelming. They started off okay with a nice surprise, and they ended okay with a couple of nice surprises.
Beginning and end, very strong.
Middle, complete trash. I'm not gonna lie, Nintendo. Like if you
hold on, Fall Guys coming to Switch was pretty good.
I could care less though, because I'm
buying it again.
I am not gonna play Fall Guys on my Switch.
I will.
I'm never gonna play it handheld though. There's already enough lag playing it on a PC with good internet and tail tag when a person's 8 miles behind me and somehow they have Gumby arms that come out. What is it going to be like when you're playing on Wi-Fi on your
That's just the issue of their servers. It shouldn't be substantially worse just because you're playing on Wi-Fi.
Overwatch. That's all I gotta say. Overwatch on a Switch was not a good idea.
Anyway, so like we said, they started off strong with the reveal of a Smash Bros. Character. And it was actually pretty funny because it was in the middle of SquadCon when the Nintendo Direct happened. So Boz and I were both a little preoccupied, but we were watching it on the side. And it starts, we're ready for it, and then this trailer starts playing. And it looks like it's just going to be this Xenoblade 2 DLC or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Xenoblade 3 or something. It was Xenoblade. And in hindsight, maybe should have been expecting a possible Smash character from that. Or I went back and watched it. And I wonder if I would have even caught on at all. because
Uh,
they were looking for a character in the game. They didn't know where they were. And then, oh, ho,
oh,
ho,
really?
I got invited to Smash. That's where I've been.
That's funny.
That's what
I
it
didn't even
was.
notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They were like,
because we were like Sarah said, we were preoccupied. I was playing golf with friends. He was actually standing next to me watching it because I had it on a laptop next to me. Um, yeah.
yeah. But yeah, it was like one day, Pyrra just disappeared. And it goes through this whole montage of him like
The
looking for
way
her. And
is it? So I was corrected. It's not Pyrrha.
is it Pyrra?
It's Pyrrha,
Oh, okay.
like Pyra, like fire. But anyways,
Makes some sense. She has
um,
fire attacks.
I don't.
Oh, and she can also like transform into another girl for some reason. I don't remember her name.
Oh right, isn't that the skin?
No, it's like there's a complete other moveset with it. Like she can switch on the fly, kind of like Pokemon Trainer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, oh well, that's interesting. But regardless of all that, I was a little underwhelmed. I think Sephiroth was a big reveal.
Mhm.
Obviously, the last character we got. Pyrrha, I don't know anything about Xenoblade. I play Shulk from time to time, but not regularly. And so
Mithra, that's the other girl's name.
I never. Oh, okay. And I never played Xenoblade, so.
I just thought it was funny that the main character of the game, Rex, only gets a me outfit,
Feels bad.
and then the side character.
Okay, so put that in perspective right now. That's like Luigi and Peach and Daisy being in a game, but Mario gets a me outfit. That's what this is like.
It is. It's exactly what it's like. Yep.
So, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited because honestly, to be completely honest, even the characters that were new that I didn't care for, Terry, I still don't care for. I'll be completely honest. I still don't care for
man.
Terry at all. But like okay, so like what's his name? Hero from Dragon Quest. Very underwhelming person that came out. Byleth, super underwhelming, but they're fun to play, right? And
I'm sure they'll be fun.
Exactly, and that's it. That's the thing that Sakurai thrives at. Really, is putting a character in game and making it fun to play, right? So I think it will be exciting, but yeah, I need. Yeah. So did they put a date or a release window or anything?
I don't remember there being one. I wouldn't expect it to be more than a few months, though.
Well, I don't know. They said early last year that we were going to get an ARMS character, and we didn't get Min Min until I think June.
Yeah, but they didn't show her either. Well, usually once they show a character and they show gameplay, it's only a few months out.
That's true. If even like they showed Sephiroth, and a week later we had Sephiroth. That was insane.
Yeah, like when they announced Joker, it was just a trailer. There was no gameplay. I think they showed his in-game character model, but that was it.
Right.
So that was like, I think close to 6 months for him.
But Seraph, how do you feel? We're only getting 2 more characters.
I'm so sad. I just want it to never end.
Here's my question. Sephiroth was a pretty big character, right? I feel like you can't do much more than like Sephiroth like when you showed Sephiroth. I mean, that was a jaw-dropping moment. Did they plan for Sephiroth to be the last character and they changed it because of free melee?
Do you think they put in a more hype character to make people happy?
It was in the midst of Nintendo just
no, I don't. I'm just kidding. It's like they would. There's no way, because like they would have had to made the whole character in like 2 months.
You never know. Sakurai does not sleep.
Anyway, so moving on from that, we have got, like we mentioned, Fall Guys on Switch. I'm buying it again. It's gonna be great. Skyward Sword HD. It has been rumored for so long.
It even was on an Amazon
finally coming
listing last year. It was on an Amazon listing last year for 0.2 seconds, got taken off, and we finally got a release date of July 16th. Guys, if you're looking to get somebody a birthday present like Pastor Boz. His birthday is on July 5th.
Well, how are they going to
Subscribe
get you it for July 5th when it comes out on the 16th?
Subscribe to my Twitch channel and I'll buy it on the 16th. Just kidding.
Happy
JK.
birthday!
Completely kidding. But I'm actually really excited about this. I've never finished Skyward Sword. I've been through the beginning part of the game probably 4 times, and I just never. I don't want to set up my Wii U.
It's a really good game. I know it gets a lot of
I know.
flack for being like super handholdy, and it is,
Yeah.
but it's a really good game.
Well, yeah. Who is it? Fee, whatever her name is.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness gracious! Every step, like she starts telling you how to walk after you've been playing the game for an hour, and you finally get her in your sword or whatever it is. She's the worst, dude. And then she starts ice skating. I mean, the music is cool, but her ice skating scenes. It's Fee. I even have a Fee command in my Twitch chat, and it tells me like a command for. It's pretty funny.
Isn't that because you were playing Skyward Sword at one point?
Yeah, Mordecai set it up. I think I have a Navi one too that says, "Hey, listen," because I don't listen to the chat. But
But anyway, the interesting thing about this remake is that Skyward Sword required the Wii Motion Plus back in the day for you to get your sword movement. So it works with the Joy-Con controllers, which is really cool. But in addition to that,
they also said it's gonna be better as well. Like it's gonna be so for instance, like the Wii Motion Plus, sometimes you would go like this and it would do like a horizontal.
Yeah, sometimes it just didn't work.
So they said this is gonna be very
nice.
It's gonna be a lot better.
Cool.
So that will be nice.
I think I'm gonna play it with the motion controls because I really enjoyed the motion controls, to be honest.
I'll do both. So that's the other thing you were going to talk about.
Yeah, so they've also made it to where you can play without motion controls, which is a first for Skyward Sword. There was no way to play it without the motion controls before. You had to have the Wii Motion Plus. Now they're allowing you to basically use your right stick as the sword swings, and you can swipe your stick in whatever direction you want to swing your sword. Because swinging your sword in specific directions is very, very important for the game. You need it to fight enemies. You need it to solve puzzles. You have to be able to swing your sword in a precise direction. It was really, really cool that they were able to make a way for you to play the game without motion controls for people that want to do that.
Yeah, and you might be asking yourself, well, how do you control the camera? If you remember the game back in the day, you couldn't control the camera. All you had was the nunchuck for the stick. And so the camera was automatic, and all you had was Z targeting, just like you did in Ocarina of Time and other games as well.
That's never been too bad, though.
No, it always worked. It always worked. So that's essentially how it's going to work with this. And the reason why they did this was because they were being intentional about people on the Switch Lite being able to play, because there are no motion controls with the Switch Lite. There's only controls with the handheld edition. So it's exciting. Oh, the really cool thing. All right, so they're coming out with new Joy-Cons. This is actually really cool.
They look so nice.
Many of you know, if you know The Legend of Zelda, it's funny because Link is left-handed normally. So he normally has the sword in the left hand in all of his games, and the shield in his right hand. So Master Sword, and then you got the Hylian shield. And they noticed, obviously, in Skyward Sword that most people in the world are right-handed, so they switched it up for this. And so the Joy-Cons, they have a new Joy-Con set coming out, which is really cool, where the left Joy-Con is based off of the Hylian shield, like it's inspired by it, and the right one is based off the Master Sword. So they're different controllers, they're the same color, but they actually have different inspirations that show what they're actually for. So I thought that was really cool. I'm hoping to be able to pick myself up a copy of those.
I think I'm gonna have to pass on them, as much as I would love to get them. I already have 4 Joy-Cons. Like,
dang, I have 2.
Yeah, I was about to say you have 2, so you have a reason to get another set. I already have 4 Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't need more.
They look so good though. Like, I don't even know if I would unbox them, to be completely honest. It's just
I would use them.
I think it's really cool though that they were inspired by the Hylian shield for one of them and the Master Sword for the other. That was
Yeah.
just whoever came up with that idea, big brain.
It's
That
really
was really
nice.
good. So
But anyway, moving on. Splatoon 3 was the last big announcement for the Direct. It's what they ended off on. And it was interesting. They didn't really show much. Basically, it started in like this
wasteland.
wasteland junkyard kind of setting.
Yeah.
And then they get
Weird.
on a train and they go to the city, and that's it.
And
Like,
you say they go to the city. So why are you saying they? Do you remember why?
because it's a squid.
Well, you got a squid, but then you also have its little buddy now. There's that little buddy that you could customize. It showed customization of your squid, and then it showed a customization of your little I don't even know what it
Oh,
was.
I missed that part.
Yeah, they were like customizing like a little tiny character next to the person. So, and then it shows them just on a train, and the little thing was like rocking out to the music.
Oh,
just
Lex
really
says it's a
cool.
salmonid.
Okay, so that's what it is. Lex knows. This is 100% confirmed. Lex knows.
Confirmed.
He is very Splatoon knowledged.
Yes.
But anyways, here's the cool thing. They made the music and it was the same song.
Yeah.
And they made it even better.
I mean, it's like what they do with Zelda music. They just like remix it, you know?
It's true. And they made
it's always good.
But let's be honest here. Splatoon music is on another level. Like it really is. I think I could work out.
It's like party music.
It is.
It's great.
It's really good. So
yeah. I hope we see more kind of innovation from Splatoon 3. The second one was basically just Splatoon 1 plus Salmon Run. Obviously there's a little more to it than that, but
more weapons, different maps, but
I hope we see more game modes, a little more change in the formula. I think would be really cool, and hopefully much better online. But it's Nintendo. So
I have high hopes for that one.
Probably not.
Completely honest. Yeah. You can't play with your friends in like a public lobby. And well, you can, but you can't
might not be on the same team.
Me and Seraph, I don't know if we ever played on the same team.
I don't know.
I don't remember. I did get rid of that game for that specific reason. So I will not be picking this up day one. I will be looking very hard at what the online gameplay is going to be like.
Yeah.
And then we'll choose. But anyways, let's move forward from Splatoon 3 and Nintendo stuff, and we're gonna switch directions and go to BlizzCon. A lot of people are excited about this. Diablo 2 is probably the most popular Diablo game of all time. People love that game, and they're coming out with a remake of it called Diablo 2 Resurrected. So a lot of people are very excited about this.
Yeah. Stuff. You guys probably know neither myself or Boz are super Blizzard fans or anything. We really have only enjoyed like Overwatch, but we definitely thought we would at least cover the BlizzCon stuff. So that's big. That's big. They also announced Burning Crusade update for Classic WoW. So there's no reason to make new games. There's no reason. Just make old games again.
I mean, I'll be honest here. I have my thoughts, but Burning Crusade, if you guys don't know what it is, it's the first expansion for WoW. So WoW Classic came out last year. People loved it. It was very popular for about a week on Twitch, and then people stopped watching it because it was the same thing that they had made 15 years ago, and they're continuing to do this. The fans wanted it, which is absolutely fine. I have no problem with that. I'm just curious. I'm the type of person, I'll buy a Zelda game multiple times. I can't justify a paid subscription of a game that I already played 15 years ago. Like, let me put it this way: if Final Fantasy 14,
well, hold up. Let me give you this comparison, because this is what it is. So imagine a world where your favorite Zelda game, okay, Link to the Past, is a online only experience. You have to have an internet connection. It runs on a server for some dumb reason. That's what you need to play the game. And then eventually they stop running the server for that game.
Okay. Okay. You know what? Thank you. I needed that.
Or another comparison that's a little more accurate. What if over the next 5-10 years, they drastically change Final Fantasy XIV into a game that is very different from what it is now? And you wish you could play the old game, but that's not how MMOs work, because they just keep updating it. They don't let you play the old game.
That's where I have my complaint. Because even if Final Fantasy XIV did that, I would be upset with the creators in general, which is what happened with WoW. Like, people did not like the direction, and they kept blazing this path saying it was going to get better, but it never did. Final Fantasy XIV to date, like, I know that's they're only their third expansion that they're on, and they're making their fourth one right now that's coming out this year. It's only gotten better. Like, it keeps getting better and better and better. And so I don't want to play A Realm Reborn the way that it was when it first came out at all.
Yeah. I think it's a little more nuanced than that, because it wasn't so much that people think it's a direct downgrade. But there are aspects of classic WoW that they missed. Like, they missed the times where there was no looking for group, right? They missed the times where they had to walk from town to town and they couldn't fly. Those experiences, and it's good to clean those things up, because you have a game where there's no looking for group, like, that's kind of rough. They made the game more accessible, which is a good thing, but then it makes the veteran players kind of miss that old feel, that nostalgic feel. Like,
I think part of it too is the people you played with. And so if you don't have, I'm not saying the same exact people that you played with, but I mean, like, I think people miss, and maybe this is part of the reason why I don't think it's gonna be popular for a long time. I think it's gonna be a week, maybe 2 weeks max, that this is gonna be popular on Twitch. People miss, like they think that playing this game again is going to give them that feeling of what they had when they first got their first group of people. They were going into this raid, they were doing that, and you're just not going to have that ever again, like that first time of doing it. And that's a very good time in an MMO to have those times. I know a lot of people that had that with Final Fantasy XIV, where when the first expansion came out, that was like their first moments of like having that raid group and doing things on a weekly basis. And so I get that. I just don't know. I don't think it's, hey, they're making a ton of money off of it, so I can't, but I think what you said about, like, if like A Link to the Past for some weird reason was on a server based thing and it was down, I could get that. I could get behind that. That makes sense. That makes complete sense.
It's a little bit of an extreme example, but
it is, but it still makes sense. Makes more sense to me. Like, you can't play one of your favorite games ever again unless they did this.
Yeah.
So,
because I mean, that's the reality. Like, while there's still plenty of similarities between classic WoW and current WoW, it's vastly different. Different. So, yeah.
I tried WoW, didn't like it. People are like, you just need to play it a little bit more. You just need to play it through level 20. I played it through level 20, and I wanted to play Final Fantasy 14.
That's what you told me about Final Fantasy 14.
You just wanted to play Warframe.
I wanted to play literally anything else.
No, Final Fantasy 14, you need to get to the first expansion. That's the problem with that. A lot of people jump off the train in the middle of A Realm Reborn, which is why the new system gets you through A Realm Reborn in like 20 hours. If you really play through it, it's like 20 hours you get through A Realm Reborn, and then what do you call it?
Heavensward.
Well, you get to Heavensward, but you can play it for free now. You can play through level 60 and through the first expansion for free. You don't have to buy the game at all. You play through the base game and the first expansion. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Gotcha.
But regardless.
In other BlizzCon news, there's a Blizzard arcade collection, because apparently Blizzard made retro games. Didn't know that.
Yeah, they did.
But I guess they've been around for a while, so it makes sense.
I did know that. I've seen the artwork and stuff like that. So I didn't read up on it, but I saw the artwork and I was like, oh, this looks familiar. So yeah. That's interesting. Blizzard fans will be loving this, I'm sure. Make a ton of money again off of it, which is cool.
Who needs new games? Just old games. Speaking of old games, Overwatch. Overwatch
Wow.
2 details.
Look at that segue.
There still is not too many. There's going to be a couple new maps, Rome and New York. There's going to be weather effects like sandstorms and snow. That's kind of cool. I wonder if that will make its way into the PvP at all, or if that's just going to be like a PvE kind of thing. I would definitely be down for like kind of map variations where like, think about playing a competitive Overwatch game in the middle of a blizzard, right? Like,
yeah,
mix it up. That'd be kind of cool. Suddenly, Widowmaker isn't great because there's little visibility.
A blizzard. It's funny because, like, do you remember Call of Duty when they and Battlefield when those were two big FPS games, and they had what was called Levolution.
Yeah,
and you could do
Battlefield coined that.
Battlefield coined.
Call of Duty never had that, but Battlefield
they did. It was just different. Ghosts. I think it was Ghosts.
Oh, I didn't.
No. Sorry, not Ghosts. Was it Ghosts? It may have been. What they had a couple of maps where the map would completely change if you did a couple of different things. Battlefield was specifically like raising water, buildings falling down. This, like, Call of Duty was like a nuke drops on the map and everything is destroyed, and you just continue running around a completely different map at this point. Like, that's literally what it was.
Okay, so it wasn't really Levolution.
It was, but it wasn't. They tried.
Battlefield 4, like
that was legit.
Battlefield 4 I'm really excited for the new Battlefield.
Blowing up the pillars of the building so that the massive building would fall down and people would be jumping out of the building, parachuting out of it.
The skyscraper one.
Yeah, that
when you're fighting on top of the skyscraper, all of a sudden it collapses and you got to jump off. It's so good. I miss it.
I hated the one where you were on. There was a bunch of tiny islands, and then the waters would rise.
I loved that.
Just the water.
It was so stinking cool. Did you ever see the Easter egg on that map where there's a megalodon shark that will jump up out of the water if you I forget what you have to do. But if you it's like an Easter egg, so you have to do something specific. There's a megalodon shark that will jump up out of the water.
That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, Battlefield. It was so good. I miss it. I'm really, really excited for the new Battlefield. They haven't shown anything yet. But they said it's going to be like a big step for Battlefield. There's going to be like more players and stuff. And I feel like that's what more. And I feel like that's kind of what Battlefield 4 was back in the day. So I'm hoping for like a jump like that again.
3 to Battlefield 4 was big. The only problem with Battlefield 4, first month or 2 months, there's like rubber banding issues and all sorts of other glitches. But once they got those things worked out, it was a lot of fun. It was a good game.
Yeah, I didn't care for Battlefield 3, to be honest. I really loved Bad Company 2. Like
a lot of people did.
The maps were great. It felt great. Bad Company 2 was amazing.
I played Battlefield 3, didn't like it too much. Played Battlefield 4, loved Battlefield 4, and then I played Battlefield 1 beta. Remember that one?
Yeah. I think I played the beta. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I played the beta, and that was it. But regardless, Overwatch 2.
Yeah. Anyway,
getting back to that, the thing that I'm interested in, it says new enemy units. So for
the PvE.
Have they already showed enemy units before this?
I don't know.
Obviously they're new. Like,
yeah,
I guess that's the way I'm looking at it. But yeah, so they got and then redesigning some of the looks, to redesigning the way the players tanks specifically. You're not going to be just a back line or even front line like absorber. You're going to be able to be a brawler at this point, which is a lot of people. That's what a tank is. Let's be honest. You want to brawl up in people's faces. You don't want to just absorb damage and have a shield, essentially. So.
Yeah. One of the things I heard them say on the stream while I was just listening to it was they're open to the idea of like really changing like the core game modes of Overwatch. Mm-hmm. So they were saying they're toying with the idea of there not being any 2CP game mode in Overwatch 2, which is like the main game mode. But a lot of people don't like it. It's very like map dependent. And so like they're toying the idea of like just a completely new game modes for
Okay.
competitive Overwatch, which I think is really cool. Could bring a lot of freshness to the
They
game.
need it. I'll be honest, they need it. They only have what, 3 right now? Maybe 4 max?
Game modes?
Competitive wise. Like competitive game modes.
I think it's just 2. It's just 2
Is it
CP
2?
and then the middle point. I think it's just 2. And I don't think that's a problem if
Payload.
Oh, you're right, payload.
Payload. So
Payload,
3.
yeah. Payloads, yeah. I guess
It's competitive.
Well, no, yeah. I wasn't saying it wasn't. It's just I feel like it's kind of similar to 2CP. But I guess it doesn't have a lot of the same issues as 2CP.
You can stop the payload.
Yeah, payload is really good.
Like it's kind of like a moving. It's kind of like a moving CP essentially.
Yeah.
But
you're right. I forgot about that one. So there is 3.
But regardless, Overwatch 2. I don't know if I'll buy it. I mean, here's my thing. They said in the beginning, now this could change. Obviously, the game's not coming out this year, more than likely. Overwatch. Blizzard has already stated that. But they did say when they were first working on this that the PvP, so there's no PvE for Overwatch 1 at all. The PvP, though, they said is going to be exactly the same as Overwatch 1. Like, it's like if you own Overwatch, the PvP is going
to update to Overwatch.
It's going to update everything. Is going to update the graphics? Is it going to update the sound? So if they do all of that, I don't know if there's going to... The PvE mode needs to be on.
It has to be like...
For me to put money, and also it can't be too expensive. If you put on a $60 price point,
original Overwatch was only $40.
$40, yeah. So I guess we'll find out. But
yeah, I agree.
I don't know. Even 40 might be a little steep, to be honest, for a PvE mode.
I mean, if it all depends. All depends on what it is, how extensive it is.
There's co-op mode, isn't there?
I think so. Something like that.
That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool.
What I fear is that it's just going to be like a slightly better version of like the PvE modes that they did in Overwatch 1, like the PvE events and stuff. And those were just kind of meh. Like they were fun for a little bit, but like I wouldn't play them forever.
Well, they weren't story. I think this is going to be more storyline. Like they have the shorts and stuff, and so I think it's going to go through different stories, which would be good.
Yeah, all depends on what it is.
The game is in need of an update, though. So, but that will be coming in probably 2022.
Yep. So that's
coming in 2022.
That's BlizzCon. There's probably a lot more that they talked about, but those are the highlights. Right. We're not super Blizzard fans. So next topic we have is Apple lawyers are fighting for Steam sales data on hundreds of games. We're not going to spend too long on this because, let's be honest, it's not that interesting.
It's not. It's an ongoing fight with Epic.
This is, like he said, it's related to the Apple versus Epic debacle. And TLDR, from what I've gathered, is Apple is trying to get Steam to hand over a bunch of user data so that Apple can use that data to make a case for their agenda. I don't quite understand how that makes sense and how that would help them, but that's what they're trying to do. And at first they wanted, they had requested all 30,000 plus games on Steam over 10 years. They wanted data for all of that. Now they've requested the data for 436 games over 6 years. So
and this is they're specifically looking for stuff about Valve at this point. And so it says they're looking for total yearly sales of apps and in-app products, annual advertising revenues from Steam, annual sales of external products attributable to Steam, annual revenues from Steam, and annual earnings, whether gross or net, from Steam. And they said that it's crucial to help determine the total size of the market for Epic's available digital distribution channels. Now, I'll be honest here. I don't know what any of that stinking means. Okay. Like, I don't. But here's the thing. I don't understand why this is still an ongoing fight. I feel like this should have been over.
I don't think so, unfortunately. Like it's a huge
Listen,
topic.
Listen to me. All right. Here's the thing. Here's my 2 cents on this. Apple and Epic, they're both adults. They have people that are working for them that are over the age of 18, probably. More, you might have a couple of 16-year-olds in there, but they're not making any big decisions. Okay, let's be honest. The people that are at the top, they're probably in their 40s, right? 40s, 50s, 60s, I don't know how old they are. They're adults. Get over it. You're both multi-billion-dollar.
I mean,
you're fighting over nickels and pennies here at this point. Like
well,
let's just say Epic.
I mean, they're not fighting over nickels and pennies.
Let's just say Epic wins. Nothing is going to happen to Apple. They'll get sued, and they will make that money back the next time they come out with a new MacBook.
No.
It's true.
Look, it started as Epic versus Apple, but it's about the policy.
It's
like
Apple against the world at this point, and
it could change everything. Like
it can, but come to an agreement, people. This should not have gone to court. It shouldn't.
I think it has to. Because nothing changes unless there's legislation passed to change it.
But that's the problem with this world. Okay, Apple and Epic should have been able to come to an agreement as adults saying, okay, you know what? You're right. We were charging too much money. And Epic should have said thank you. Or
I Epic think they did something like that.
Or Epic says, hey, we're sorry. We shouldn't have just went against your policies. Let's come to some sort of agreement together. This should have never have been in court. It's 2 children fighting over a ball.
Well, okay, so here's
and then the entire school comes in and wants the same ball. That's literally what this is.
Okay, all right.
Apple's holding on to the ball.
Okay, but so in that situation, the teachers need to come.
Those are the judges.
They need to handle the situation, right?
But why? No, that's the problem though.
Because if Johnny doesn't want to share the ball, and Johnny gets away with not sharing the ball, then Johnny grows up to be a jerk.
Johnny is already a $40-year-old jerk.
Which is why
it shouldn't be a school. It shouldn't be children. It should be adults handling a situation in adult fashion as they come together and they hug it out and they say, it's okay. This is children fighting over a ball on the playground and somebody punching somebody else in the face, giving them a black eye and saying, well, it's okay. I did that to you because you took my ball. Epic versus Apple. This is what it is. Get over it. It's fine, Epic. It's fine, Apple. Hug it out. Work it out. Apple, lower your sales. Epic, stop doing things against policies. Problem solved. Doesn't need to go to court. You don't need lawyers. I'm done.
Okay. In a perfect world, yes. In a perfect world, yes. But Johnny and Billy are both jerks and they don't want to share their stuff.
This is the
So
problem.
the teacher has to step in.
This is the problem with our world today.
But the teacher's like, I don't understand why they can't just change or share the ball. What's the problem? So the teachers don't know how to handle the situation.
And so the teacher says everybody's a winner, and they both say yay. And this is where
the teacher is like, well, how long has Johnny had the ball? Oh, well, he's had it for this long.
And this is and now we're here. Now we're here where we're demanding annual sales of external products attributable to Steam.
Yeah.
Chat. I'm sorry.
It's whatever. It's whatever. Steam. Last little point on this. Steam Steam said that they don't even have tools to like give Apple the information that they want,
Right.
which may or may not be true. But I mean, they're asking for a lot, so
They are asking
I
for a
wouldn't be
lot.
surprised.
They should have. I feel like they should have the data,
I don't
but
know.
at the same time, I mean,
It's hard to
I
say.
guess it depends on what games you're asking for.
Depends on exactly what Apple's asking for too. Like we don't really
Do
understand.
you think Apple
fully.
asked for the reviews of this?
Well, people
All
can
right,
just
I
go
will
look
throw
at
it in there.
those.
I will throw it in there. So, all right, guys. So there was
What is
a
this?
developer. There was a developer. There was a developer last week. Real quick, there was a developer on Steam that changed their name on Steam to very positive and changed the color so that it was very close. You can't make it exact, but it was very close to the color of the very positives on Steam, and Steam banned them. Because instead it was they were I just love it. I just love it. So good.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving
We got
along.
some rapid fire topics for you guys. Let's
Yes,
blast through these because we're running short on time. How much can you go over today?
10 minutes.
Okay. All right, we should be good then. So let's blast through these real quick. There's a new zombie mode coming as a free update to Cold War. Did you watch the trailer for this?
I did not.
It looks pretty cool. To be
the
honest.
zombie mode for Cold War looked really good the first time
It
I
did,
saw it.
and
I watched a couple streamers. Looked like fun, but I
Mhm.
mean, not enough for me to buy another Call of Duty game.
Sure, yeah. So this one, there's like cars and stuff. So it's like it seems more large scale. It seems like they're trying to mix like the scale of Warzone with zombies, which is kind of cool.
War zombies?
War zombies.
Would you say?
War zombies. And there's like these big mech zombies.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So
kind of like bloaters from The Last of Us.
I don't know. But
Those things
it's
were
a thing,
but
and it looks cool, and it's a free update. So good job, Call of Duty.
if you guys have more space on your hard drive that is already being destroyed by Cold War, then by all means, go on and grab it. Yeah. Looks good. If it's free update, that's really cool. That's really cool. If you already own the game. Next, Rare's unreleased N64 game Dinosaur Planet has leaked. Now, from what I have seen, I read about it a couple days ago. This had to do a lot with Star Fox from the GameCube, I believe.
Yes. Well, there was 2 Star Fox games on the GameCube, at least.
Right. Star
ones.
Fox
Assault and Adventures. Yeah.
Okay.
So the one that this pertains to is Adventures. So this is really, really cool. I think because I loved Star Fox Adventures. It's basically a Zelda game. You should really play it. Like
it's really
good.
Zelda game. Okay.
It's really good. And basically there was this game called Dinosaur Planet being made for the Nintendo 64. And then I don't remember exactly what happened with it. Maybe the article mentions it. The article's on The Verge, but basically the game ended up becoming a Star Fox game, even though it was not going to be a Star Fox game originally. Which is why Star Fox Adventures did not play like a normal Star Fox game. Like Star Fox games were like flying around in a ship shooting things, and Star Fox Adventures was running around on the ground hitting things with a staff. Like it just didn't make any sense. But and we'd always known that it had originally planned to be a different game. And I think we may have seen like screenshots and stuff, but apparently like the actual like playable version of the original game has leaked, and people can run it on an emulator with some tweaks. And it's really cool to look at because it basically looks like if Star Fox Adventures came out on the N64.
You know, it's funny. Why is it always Star Fox that has like something weird? So like Star Fox 2 for the Super Nintendo, right? You and I played that. In that game, it should have been made on the 64 because it was being played at 2 frames per second. Like it was bad. We beat it in a matter of 30 minutes. There was one level. I shot one. You remember that level? I literally went into it. I shot one shot.
So it's like these levels are like basically like it spawns you like in just randomly in like a dog fight, right? And it's just space. So you're just like flying around each other, shooting each other. but
I didn't know what to do.
It's completely like it's barely 3D. And so it drops him into the situation, right? And it spawns him right behind the only enemy plane. And so
only one.
And so he just shoots it.
Kill.
He just shoots it. And then it's like mission complete.
It was 0.2 seconds. It just like it spawned in. It was like mission start, mission complete. And I was like, what just happened?
Oh my goodness.
One of the best moments we've had as friends. One of the best moments.
It was so good. But yeah, you're right. Weird things happen with Star Fox games. You're right.
Yeah. And now you have this. Like, it wasn't even supposed to be a Star Fox game, but it is. And so it's a game that's coming out 20 years later, which is exactly what happened with Star Fox 2 from the Super Nintendo. 20 years down the road, or 25 years down the road, we're going to see something for Star Fox, something that was supposed to come out on the Switch.
Star Fox is dead now. Nobody cares.
I know.
It's really sad. Star Fox Zero was really cool on the Wii U. It was really
I think
cool.
They'll come out with it. I think they'll come out. They have to come out with another Star Fox game. I don't see them having Star Fox from the Super Nintendo and just having it play through the Wii U and never having it again. I don't see that. They'll do something.
Other franchises have died.
Like what? What other Nintendo franchises have died other than F-Zero?
F-Zero, there you go.
Well, F-Zero, I'll be honest. It had a Super Nintendo game, and the rest of it was kind of trash.
Nintendo franchises that died. Kid Icarus.
They should come out with another one, though. I'll be honest.
The Mother games. Golden Sun.
Okay.
Golden Sun. Rhythm Heaven, apparently.
Ice Climber.
Nintendogs.
Don't that is not okay.
Wii
now we're getting
Sports and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
No, I'm done.
There's a few.
We're moving on.
Anyway, all right, guys. A streamer completed a sweet, juicy Hades run using a literal pomegranate controller. This is the same guy that made the baguette controller for Widowmaker. The same guy that made a DJ turntable to play Lucio. He's the guy that makes all the crazy controllers. And
it's literally a pomegranate.
It's a pomegranate. It's like pieces of a pomegranate with wires coming out of them.
How does that even work? What did he put? Like, what?
It conducts a current, I guess. I don't know.
Honestly, this is a super hard game too. I've played this game on multiple occasions.
He played Fall Guys with jelly beans?
I heard about that. I never heard about
it. It's basically the same thing. He just has wires hooked up to jelly beans.
Yeah, I see. I'm watching it right now.
It's so good.
At least he didn't have to beat Fall Guys.
Well, did he get a crown? Did he win?
I don't know.
That's the question.
That's the real question. But anyways, so he played Hades with a pomegranate though. So
I love this guy. I don't like watch him at all, but
I think it's still the
I always hear about him.
If you guys didn't know, was the baguette. He was playing Widowmaker, and literally he snipes somebody in the head with the baguette, and then it just zooms in on him, and he goes,
takes a
big bite out of the baguette. So if you guys never saw that, it's pretty funny.
So good.
But yeah, he does all sorts of stuff. I remember he was playing Hanzo. I think this was the one that was playing Hanzo with the Nerf,
the Nerf bow,
the Nerf bow. So he just does all sorts of crazy things like that. So if you guys ever want to watch him, he's you can find him.
You can find him.
You can find him. I don't even know what is his name.
I don't know. Just search pomegranate controller Hades. You'll find him.
Rudism.
Oh no.
Yeah. All right, life topic today, guys. We have a couple minutes to do this, and we've been going through relationships this past month of February. We've gone through what close distance relationships look like. We've looked at communication. We've looked at whether you should be single or whether you should not be single. What goes into being in a meaningful relationship. This week, there's gonna be two things that we're gonna touch on, and the first one is something that Seraph holds close, near, and dear
I don't know
to his
I don't know
heart.
if I hold it near and dear to my heart, but
He doesn't necessarily like the situation, and nobody really likes this specific situation. But yeah, walk us through, what does a long distance relationship look like, and what do you really have to say? Because there's a lot of people. Today, especially with COVID-19, with people being so interactive social media wise. I mean, I've heard of people getting married through WoW and Final
Mhm.
Fantasy 14. They meet on these. That's a long distance relationship. So walk us through what that looks like. What are some of the struggles with it? And yeah, because I had one for 2 weeks and I hated it. And I got out of that relationship real quick when I was back in high school. So walk us through what a long distance relationship looks like.
Yeah, it's rough. For for me, it's like the worst, and I'll get into like a little bit about that in a second. But like it's definitely like not for everyone.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone. It's everything is so much harder in long distance. Like it's not even just the fact that you like can't like hang out in person. Like everything is harder. Getting to know each other is harder. Communication is harder. Like it's just harder. Like it's because like in order to like talk to them, you have to either like video chat them or text or call or whatever. And there's so much that you miss out on having that physical presence and that face to face interaction and those just physical like going to dinner or something, which is funny because I've actually never done that with Ruby because COVID.
Yeah.
But like you miss out on all of that, and there's so much that you can learn about a person in those kind of interactions, and it's just more natural to kind of get to know each other. So because you miss out on all of that, it's so much more important to talk a lot in a long distance relationship, and you really really have to work for that communication, and you have to work for getting to know them like all the more, because there's so many barriers. There's so many barriers that you have to deal with. So definitely not for everyone. One thing I do want to touch on that can kind of explain that a little better. If you guys are familiar with the 5 love languages, if you're not, TLDR, there's like 5 love languages, and usually people are stronger in some and weaker in others. And it's basically just the way that you like to give love and the way that you like to receive love.
Mm-hmm.
They're the 5 are physical touch, words of affirmation. Help me out here.
You have
I could look them
gifts,
up.
gift
Gift giving. Yep.
Time,
Quality
and
time. And acts of service, something like that.
Yeah.
Acts of service,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah. So those are the 5 love languages. And I would highly recommend that if anybody is considering a long distance relationship or anything like that, I would take a look at your love languages for you and the person who you're interested in. Obviously, it might be a bit of a weird discussion to ask them if you're not exactly a thing yet, but but at least look at it for you, right?
Your love language.
At least look at it for you, because if physical touch is like one of your main love languages, like
it's gonna be difficult.
It's rough. It's real rough. I'm not gonna lie, it's real rough.
So let me ask you, what is your love language?
Mine is physical touch.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have guessed different. Do you know what mine is?
I want to say words of affirmation. That's just my gut.
You got it, dude.
Yeah, okay.
You got it, yeah.
No. All right. Yeah. So and Ruby's is quality time. So
yep.
It's like really hard.
How do you have quality time? Like you can have quality time online, but there's only so much that goes into
Right.
that. There's so much more that can be done when you're in person, going out together to
Yeah.
restaurants, hanging out, watching TV or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah. And like hanging out is difficult because like for most people, if you're in like a local relationship, right? You know, people are busy, there's lots of stuff going on, but at least you can go get dinner together, or you can come over and eat dinner or whatever. And even if that's all you're doing, like you can eat together. But like long distance, it's like sure, you can like get some food and eat dinner together in a video chat.
yeah,
But like it's just difficult when like it feels like you're in two different worlds, right? And so to hang out with that person and to spend time with that long distance person, you have to like step out of your other world. So like I can't come over and have dinner with her family because I just can't. So like in order for her to spend time with me, she has to not spend time with her family, and in order for me to spend time with her, I have to not spend time with other people, because it's just how it works. So like it's hard to hang out in general because of that. But then like you mentioned, the quality time, the way it feels just isn't really there because there's only so much we can do. And there's
you can watch TV or play a video game with her, but when you're not sitting next to the person, like it's a different experience. They're not with you.
Yeah.
You know that they're 500, 600 miles away from you, and that's difficult. That's really difficult.
Yeah. So I would definitely take a look at your love languages, and consider if that is something that would work for you. I think it would work for people who were like words of affirmation and like gift giving, because words of affirmation is easy. You can just like
I think
tell people
it
things.
can work for all love languages.
Sure, it can work. Like it's working for us. Like don't get me wrong. But
yeah, and I think it's about finding that right person. Like you and Ruby, you got you're in a good, healthy relationship, and you guys want that. Like you guys want to make that work, and there's a lot of people that can. There's a lot of people that can't, unfortunately. And I think it's about finding the right person. So don't be like, well, my love language is physical touch, and so I can't have a long distance. That's not what we're saying. We're not saying you can't have one. We're just saying
it's gonna be a lot harder.
Like, take a look at it, pray about it, and any relationship, I don't care if it's close or long distance, pray about it anyways. And there's difficulties that come with long distance relationships and close distance as well. I would say that a lot of communication issues are from close distance relationships. A lot of people will say, this is a lie, but a lot of people will say the first year of marriage is the hardest. In a lot of ways, it can be for a lot of people. And the reason why is because a lot of people, they go into a marriage and they don't know how to communicate. And so that first year, because I'll be completely honest, it's much easier to make up with somebody through text than it is to walk into the room of the person that you're mad at and to start having a physical discussion with them. It's a lot more difficult. That's where communication comes in. So there's been times literally me and my wife have been in an argument, and I'll be in a separate room because I know she needs time to cool off. I like to fix things right away. She needs time to just kind of process everything, which is completely fine. There's nothing wrong with either way. But there's times that she'll text me and she's like, hey, I'm really sorry. And I'm like, yeah, I'm really sorry too. And then we can kind of come together and work on it. But it's a lot of times if I walk into the room to say I'm sorry, she's not ready yet. It just turns into a whole nother discussion. So there's difficulties that come with both long distance and close relationships. But the long distance was not for me. I mean, I don't know if I could have made it work, but I knew that person wasn't right for me in the first place. Like it just wasn't, I wasn't into the relationship as much as you and Ruby are. So
yeah, I mean, ultimately every relationship comes down to the fact that like both people have to like want to make it work. But with long distance, it's like both people have to like really want to make it work. Like right. Like it's just everything is just harder. So a couple of things I wanted to mention about that. One of the tips for long distance people that Ruby wanted to share was we like to do like countdowns for when we're going to see each other next. Whenever we have that time planned out, we like to do like countdowns or whatever, and we'll do that in different ways, just a way to like look forward to it, and kind of fill the space a little bit.
And I think that's so beneficial too, because if you don't do a countdown, it will always turn into, well, the next time we see each other. Well, when's the next time going to be? Is it going to be in a month? Is it going to be in 3 months? And if you never make a date to go and do it, it will never happen. And so I
Mhm.
think it's so beneficial to make a date and have that countdown so that that day actually happens. Obviously, emergencies come up, but I'm talking about like, it's kind of like you're supposed to get your physical done, or you need to go to DMV, or you need to go and do, get your oil changed. Well, if you never make the date to do it, you're never going to get it done. So just
Yeah,
pick up the phone, make a date, and do that. And that's what you guys do, which is good.
yeah. And then a tip that I wanted to share was have some sort of like physical objects that you can kind of like share together in the distance. So whether it's like a matching necklace or bracelet or something, or like or you're just sending each other things, sending each other gifts, just so that there's like some form of like physical presence, even though you're not together. There's like objects and things that can make you feel closer to them.
Yeah.
Really helps.
Yeah. I just want to comment on one thing. I won't say the name or anything, but somebody's talking about divorce in chat. I want to give you some encouragement. I've seen in multiple cases marriages that are on the brink of divorce. They are not irreparable. I believe that we serve a God that can mend relationships. I believe in a God that repairs relationships. Even there has been stories that I've seen where people have gotten a divorce and then years later they come back together because they realize the mistake that they made. They realize that they made a vow before God and with each other. Because when you make a vow to the person, it's not just to the person, it's to God. So when I said I do to my wife, I was making a vow to my wife that I was going to be with her until the day that one of us dies. And I made a vow to God that I'm going to protect, I'm going to take care of, I'm going to love your daughter. And that is so significant. Like to break a vow is it's so heartbreaking when I see something like the word divorce comes up, because it's a very high statistic in our community, in our society, not community, but our society today. And I just I've seen relationships get repaired. So you might be thinking to yourself, well, these two people, it looks like, listen, I won't share the names, but there are two people this year that myself and one of our other pastors that we went through, not marriage counseling because we're not counselors, but we talked to them. We gave them wisdom, we gave them godly advice. And once they started putting those things into motion, their marriage is flourishing at this point. It was on the brink of divorce, but it's a marriage that is growing, that continues to grow. They're starting to see so many differences, not only in their marriage, but just in their lives in general. And so I want to encourage you, pray for your parents, or, if it is your parents or whoever it might be. Divorce is really difficult. It's a big decision that people make. I believe it's the wrong decision. It's the wrong decision, just I think Pastor Susie said it to the best, after 20, 30 years of marriage, you want to get a card that says on your anniversary, I loved you all this time. I know there's been some difficulties, but we've always stuck by each other's side. You don't want a card that says stayed with you for the kids. It's, that's that's
Yeah.
that's not the type of relationship that you want. You want a flourishing relationship. And I believe, like I said, God can mend any relationship. He can.
Yep. It's good. But yeah, we're pretty over time, so maybe we'll save
I want
one.
no, I
Are we
got
good?
this one last thing real quick.
All right,
I want to tell you
go
guys
for it.
what real love is, because you know what? Next week is March, and so we might not do relationships. Here's what real love is. If you guys walk into a room and you have that feeling, those flutters in your stomach, you look at that girl on the other side of that room. Maybe if you're a girl, you look at that guy, you're like, wow, that person's attractive. You got those flutters. You talk to them, you stumble over your words a little bit because you have no idea how to talk to a pretty girl. I've been there. Hey, yeah,
Howdy.
my name is Bosworth. I mean Ray. Like you got those weird moments, right? Right? And you're thinking, man, I really love that person. You don't. You're attracted to him. You're attracted to him. You know what love is? Love is a willingness. It is not a feeling in any way, shape, or form. The feelings come. It's a plus, but it's a willingness to it's a willingness to serve that person in every way, shape, and form that you possibly can. It's the willingness that even when they do something to you that hurts, you're still going to forgive them even before they do it to you. It's in the moments when you do something for them, not to receive anything. You do it for them because you just want to do it, because you love them so much. You want to, even something small, like my wife, I'll pick up her plate and clean it. I'll put it in the dishwasher. And I don't expect her to do a thing. I expect her to kick her feet back up and relax and watch WandaVision with me. That's all I expect. I expect her to relax, right? So what I'm trying to say is love is not a feeling in any way, shape, or form. It is not. The flutters that comes with it at times, the attraction it comes with it. I do think that you should be attracted to the person that you're going to be with for the rest of your life. I do believe that. Like, that's a pretty big deal.
Helps.
Stephen Furtick said that. It helps. He's like, oh, beauty on the outside isn't what counts. It's all the beauty on the inside. You're going to be with this person for the rest of your life. You should probably like the way that they look, right? I mean, let's be just completely honest here. But the thing is the love really comes in the willingness and the sacrifice. And, Jesus showed us what true love was when he went to the cross and died for us. There was nothing we could give. There was nothing that we could give that would help to pay that price or pay him back. There's nothing that we can do to pay him back. And that's what true love is. To do something for somebody, even though they're not going to pay you back. It's to do it anyways, even when the person rejects you. That's what love is.
Agape.
Agape love.
That's it.
Unconditional.
Beautiful. All righty. Well, do you want to talk real quick about what we've been playing, or?
Yeah, sure. Real quick.
All right.
What have you been playing?
So I've been still on that Beat Saber. Yo, I'm getting so fast. I'm doing faster and faster songs. It's so good,
bro. You getting some biceps?
Getting those biceps. Oh yeah. We'll see. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Beat Saber. Still Age of Calamity. Oh my gosh. I beat
a long game.
The main story, and there's still so much to do.
Yeah.
Like I still had 2 characters to unlock after I beat the game. One you can only unlock after you beat the game. I'm guessing maybe both you can only unlock after you beat the game. Okay.
There's 2 that
so I still have 1 to unlock
until you beat the game.
And I have no idea who it is. Nobody tell me, because I want to find out myself. All right. If you spoil it for me.
Don't put it in chat.
I will
put it in chat.
I will be really sad.
Just don't look at chat. Right, full screen it right now.
Sorry, I can't look at you, chat. But I love you, Yokers. It's so good. Age of Calamity. I'm probably like 60 hours, something like that, in now. Like, it's so stinking good, and I just want to finish it so I can play other things. But it's so good. Like,
it is a good game.
It's so good. But what have you been playing?
So, Seraph, just from somebody wants a video of what real love is. They don't know if it's too long to clip.
I mean, they're probably trying to rickroll us.
No, it's too long to clip. They're trying to clip it. It's too long.
Oh, I thought you meant they were trying to like send us a video.
No. I could only imagine though. The rickroll.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's your thing. That's not my thing. But anyways, so Age of Calamity. Okay. Anything else that you've been on the grind with?
Played a little bit of Overwatch with you. That was fun. Yep. Played a little bit of Rocket League during SquadCon. I miss Rocket League.
I don't.
I do.
I mean, I liked it. It was fun, but I don't miss it really. When people are like, "You want to play it?" I'm like, "Nah, not really." But you have to. Okay, and then I will. I'll have fun, but I still don't. I won't pick it up again for a few months. For me, on my stream, I've been playing Immortals: Phoenix Rising. So if you guys want to come check out my stream, I generally stream around 9:30 at night, weekdays. Not tonight. I have a meeting tonight, but tomorrow night I should be on. But I won't be on today, I don't think. And then I've been playing some Overwatch lately, as Seraph just mentioned. Every squad con, I play Overwatch for about a week, and then I get off the grind. But this time, I am determined to play Overwatch for 2 weeks at least.
Wow, 2 weeks.
At least 2 weeks. I'm a big Zenyatta fan, so I love Zenyatta. Clicking heads, yeah. I don't click them all the time, but when I do, it feels good.
Very nice.
That's all I'm really doing lately. There's not much else that I've been playing. So I've been off the grind of some other games that I wanted to play, but like Age of Calamity, I'm still working through that game, but I just haven't played it in a little while. So we'll see.
So
We'll see.
good. The
But yeah,
camera
so
still annoys me to no end, and I know that you don't have issues with it apparently.
I don't have
But
too many issues. No,
I
I
feel
don't
like
think
it
so.
gets worse the harder the game gets, because like you notice it more when it's just like
The
messing you up.
the
Like,
parts that's hard is when you back up into a wall and you're going against like a high Nox or something, and there's nowhere you can't move forward, you can't move to the side, you're just pinned in a corner, and there's nothing you can actually do, and you know you're gonna get wobbled by massive fiery log. Like those are the worst moments in your
I don't know, I
life,
think I usually get stuck in a corner.
and it happens to me in Phoenix Rising a lot too. Not gonna lie,
Yeah,
I get stuck in corners.
camera is awful. It's awful.
Yeah,
There's so many
that's a good
times
try.
where I have to just not lock on because the camera is just
Really?
because the camera is just because like sometimes if you're like too close to an enemy and you're locked on, it will like bring the camera so close and so far down that you
Yeah,
can't even see what they're doing.
I've seen that.
You can't
I've
see
seen
what they're
that
you
one.
can't see the icons above their head that tell you they're about to do
Yeah,
something. You can
that's
barely
true.
see what's around you, and it happens
That's true.
so much.
Now that I think about it, I've had that pretty often.
It's like my
Okay.
one gripe with the game.
It's still a good game though.
It is. It's really good.
It's a great game. Great game. So, anyways, guys, we'll figure out this week. We'll talk and we'll figure out what we're going to talk about for the month of
Yeah, who
March.
knows?
We're sorry that we don't have a topic yet, but we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Money
Send us
management.
ideas.
Yeah, send us ideas.
I'm pretty good with money management.
I am too. And there's always two parts in a relationship. You have the spender and you have the person that the
Goodness.
saver. It's true. It's true. Sometimes you get on kicks of saving. Sometimes you get on kicks of spending. Sometimes both people are spenders. That's a rough relationship. Sometimes I'm not saying it can't work. I'm just saying it can be rough sometimes in the financial seasons of your life. You know, sometimes both of you are savers, and that's interesting as well, because then you just don't have any fun in your life.
You don't have fun. Oh man. Oh, that's a good point. Tax refunds in March, so money management would be good.
Tax refunds. Yeah, that's a funny one this year. That's a good one.
Anyway. So we've gone way over, but appreciate you guys hanging out, sticking with us. Hope you enjoyed the discussions. Today, we'll be back next week with more gaming news and topics and discussion and some life topic. Maybe it'll be money management. Maybe it'll be something different.
Send us ideas of what we can talk about as the coming months come. Might not be this month, but it might be April, May, June, July, August, September. Who knows? We'll talk about it at some point.
Who knows? But you've all been wonderful. We will see you next time. So, thank you very much, Yokers. Do you have any closing statements, Buzz? Why don't you close us out?
We love you guys. I hope you guys have an absolutely amazing week, and we will see you guys next week.